Okay, I believe we are broadcasting. We are recording. Hi, Kim. So we'll do 4 videos, a quick intro, and then the three quick showcases there. Okay, so we'll do. Last time I think we did a quick snippet before the intro. We'll be sure to do that for each of the products, but I think for this one it'll just go right into the title animation. So I'll count it down, Howard. We'll be real fast and with this one. This is just an intro one. Okay. In 3, 2, 1. Hey everyone, I am Chris Salerno. I'm here with Howard Glazer. How you doing, Howard?
I'm doing great, Chris. Good to be with you again.
Good to be with you, and we're talking about one of our favorite meetings, the Chicago Midwinter meeting. This really is the tech expo for the United States. You've been to a few Chicago Midwinters in your time, huh?
Plenty of them in the last 43 years. And, you know, this is the meeting that starts the season off for meetings. And this is the one that kicks it off with the latest and greatest products.
You know, we're talking about a buyer's guide here, and we're giving you guys a forecast of the products we want to see. And the Chicago Midwinter, there's a lot of products. We've narrowed it down to 3 that we are really excited to see when we get there. It's just a massive exhibit hall. There's so many new products. There's so many current products. So Howard and I are going to give you our quick guide to what you should make sure you should stop by, what things you should be playing with. Here we go.
I'm ready to rock. Let's go.
And scene. Perfect. Okay. Do you want me to do yours first? Do you want to do?
Yeah, why don't you lead with one, and then I'll do one, and then you come back to yours.
Okay.
Right. It doesn't matter to me. I mean,
I'm not even sure what order we'll put them in. Okay, let's do Planmeca Creo C5 first.
Okay.
I'm going to do a quick soundbite thing, and then we'll do an intro, and then I'll let you actually start it off. Then when we come back, and you can just do a quick intro of like, hey, Chris, so tell me about one of the products you want to see, and I'll jump right into it.
Okay.
What I'm going to do, basically the key points, so you can think about asking a question or two if you like. So this is, as we know, 3D printing is here. It's very exciting to see the big companies get into it, especially Planmeca. So they've made one that's for the dental practice, surgical guides, dental models, and provisional crowns. They're making this, the big key takeaway here is it's very, very fast. Within 8 to 10 minutes, you can be making a lot of the things you would want to make. And they made it very simple and straightforward.
Do you want me to lead into you and say one of the things that you should take a look at is the hot innovation of 3D printing, which is not only becoming more affordable, but more necessary in the office?
Yeah, perfect. That's perfect. So I will
say, Chris, tell me about what you're looking at for a 3D printer.
Yeah, sure. Very cool. Okay, so here's our quick soundbite that'll go before the intro. 3D printing is here for dentistry. Let's take a look. Okay. Key intro music and all that. And Howard, actually, just do a 3, 2, 1, and then go into your opening question if you could.
Okay, great. 3, 2, 1. Chris, I'm really excited about the future of 3D printing, and I know there are several companies that have featured products in this. What are you looking at in Chicago in 3D printing?
Okay, so there's a lot to unpack here. There are a number of dental-specific companies that are making 3D printers for the home office. A lot of the people that have been playing around with 3D printing to date are using stuff you can get on Amazon. They're not dental specific, and they're just kind of tinkering around and making it fit into dentistry's workflows. So I'm very excited when a big dental company gets into 3D printing. The printer to watch here is the Planmeca Creo C5. So Planmeca, who we know as a digital scanning company, as a CAD/CAM company, as CBCT, they have a really interesting setup here. The Planmeca Creo, get this, is able to do surgical guides, dental models, and provisional crowns. That's what a lot of the 3D printers are doing right now. but it's doing it very, very fast. The specs on this, get this, you can do a dental model, you can pour up a model, so to speak, or print a model in 8 to 9 minutes. You can do 50 to 60 temporary crowns in less than 10 minutes. You can print up to 5 full arch models in 8 to 10 minutes, and you can print surgical guides, which is very hot right now in 3D printing. You can print a surgical guide in 9 to 12 minutes. That is really darn fast. I mean, you're talking about same-day dentistry for your implants just by taking a scan and going through those workflows. What's also really cool is they have some proprietary technology that's making it very, very precise. That's something that's really necessary. If we're using a printer that wasn't made for dentistry, we have to ask ourselves, is it going to be able to get that level of precision that we want? So they have something called the LCD photomask technology, and that's where they're able to get very, very precise printing. I'm going to admit, Howard, I'm not in my element on this. We are all new to 3D printing. And it's so interesting to see the different materials and technologies that are coming in to these workflows.
Well, I think it's very, very exciting. And I think we're going to start seeing these more and more in general dental offices. And it's going to be part of the necessary equipment we have to provide the level of quality care that we're all aiming for.
Absolutely. And one of the things I'm looking for, and I'm excited to see the demo, is that these are going to be very dental friendly, not just dental specific, but dental friendly. I want easy buttons. Some of the features are that, of course, it's going to accept workflows and files from many of the dental softwares that we use. It's self-cleansing. We're not a motor shop. We're not a major manufacturer. We're a small dental practice. We need easy buttons for this. And certainly the Planmeca Creo C5 seems to have that. Looking forward to playing with it.
And most of us are going to delegate a lot of this to our staff as well. So we want to make sure we understand it and they understand it, and this can be used routinely in the office.
Absolutely. Can't wait to get my hands on it. And scene. Perfect. All right. 2 down, 2 to go.
All right. You want to tease the Pulp Dent one?
Yeah. Which one? What is the product that we're doing for Pulp Dent?
Well, so they're talking about Activa Bioactive in general. I didn't get anything specific. They're just about the fact that they've got so many biomimicking products that are coming out. They have them out now, as you know, Activa Baseliner and Activa Restorative and Activa Cement. So I think this is more the concept of why you should be looking at bioactive materials. At least that's what I got from the one thing that you sent me. That was it.
Okay.
And I read the interview with Fred Burke, and that's basically what he was talking about.
Okay. And is it is it a, I missed it, sorry, is it it's a cement, or it's a restorative material, or?
It's all. The Activa, the concept of Activa is that the bioactive component of it is a proprietary component. And they're able to introduce this into everything from a baseliner to a restorative to a cement. And down the road, they're anticipating putting this into other products that'll stop the progression of tooth decay, periodontal disease. There's a bright future on the horizon to this whole cadre of products that can be introduced.
Okay, fantastic, great. I'll do a quick tease and then we'll go into the interview. Bioactive products, so hot right now. Let's take a look. All right. And okay, I got my opening thought, and we'll actually, what you were just saying a moment ago was actually kind of perfect too. Okay, Pulp Dent, and it's Bioactiva is the name of the product, or line, I should say.
The Activa line.
Perfect. Okay. Dr. Howard Glazer, you are a materials expert. I'm hearing a lot of buzz about bioactive materials. What are you interested in? What are you looking at as Chicago Midwinter along those lines?
Well, the leader in bioactive materials right now, in my mind, is certainly the Activa line from Pulp Dent. You got to understand, I'm practicing 43 years. I trained in an era of reparative dentistry. Pulp Dent's introduced an era, in my mind, of true restorative dentistry, because now I can truly restore the tooth by replacing those ions that are lost in the cavity process, in the decay process. And they call it bioactivity. I like the concept of biomimicry because we're actually mimicking what the body is doing itself. So by replacing ions that are lost in the decay process, like calcium and phosphate, we have a chance to healthfully restore the tooth to optimum health.
Oh, very interesting.
And well, and I want to tell you, this is not just in a restorative. There's a composite restorative, like bioactive, Activa bioactive restorative. There's a bioactive restorative for pediatric patients, but there's also a bioactive base liner. There's a bioactive cement, and the future is bright because I think that we're going to see bioactivity and biomimicry occur in products, probably from Pulpden and others that'll follow their lead, but that will help prevent tooth decay. It'll help prevent periodontal disease, and you're going to get very strong, good restorative materials that will inhibit biofilm and allow these processes to occur and maximize the value of our restorative procedures.
So when you've got material, bioactive material in your hands, it's a cement, it's a composite, whatever it is, what are you looking for when you're playing around with it? How are you evaluating it to decide if it's for you?
Well, I'm looking at a material that's easy to place in the restoration, that requires less steps. So we're all going through that. This is basically a self-etch, self-adhesive material. You can use it almost like you would use, like the baseline you use, almost like you'd use a traditional glass ionomer. The difference is in a glass ionomer, you're only getting a release of fluoride. Here you're getting release of fluoride, calcium, and phosphate, all in the presence of moisture. Most of our materials today are hydrophobic, so we have to have these dry fields to work in. Now, I'm not advocating for a puddle of saliva, but on the other hand, if you have salivary moisture, it actually helps the restorative material to take hold in the restoration and release the ions like phosphate and calcium. So, along with the fluoride too. So I think I'm looking for ease of placement, less steps, longer lasting, less fracture resistant, highly polishable. And when you add those up, you end up with Activa by Pulpden.
Fantastic. Looking forward to playing with it myself. Boom. Perfect. Last one. Okay. XV-Web. Cloud imaging software. Okay.
You want me to tease into this one too? What do you want to do with it? It's your call.
Yeah, if you want to do it, by all means, by all means. You mean do the opening teaser? You want to do that? Yeah. Go for it. Okay. If you're going to do it, just do a
3, 2, 1 again.
3, 2, 1. So the camera's on you. Yep.
And what's the name of the product?
This is XV-Web.
XV-Web. Okay. 3, 2, 1. You know, my generation used to use a pad and a piece of paper with a pen. Let's do that again. I'm sorry.
No problem.
And 3, 2, 1. Chris, my generation used to use a pen and a piece of paper to record things. Now everything goes into the cloud. Everything in dentistry is going into the cloud. Fortunately, our patients still sit in the chair. But what are you looking at when it comes to cloud-based products?
Okay, so you know, it's a buzzword to say that XYZ is being stored on the cloud, and that's great. It gives us the ability to take our patient information and have it be secure, not have a drive, a physical hard drive that can be subject to fire and flood and all of that, or just break down. I've had that happen. But there are some significant advantages beyond just safety for this, just ease of use, accessibility, and open architecture. So one of the things I want to check out is XV-Web. So you have imaging software that is just not just for x-rays anymore, right? You're using imaging software to take, hold on to clinical photographs, to hold on to scans, digital scans from patients, from CBCT. You want to have a hub of imaging that is easy to navigate and can store all these files very simply. So with this in mind, with so many different inputs and sources and types of images that we're storing these days, LED Apteryx has now XV-Web, which is a cloud-based open architecture imaging software programs. So this is why it's very cool. So open architecture means it can talk to everything. You have this intraoral camera over here and this image that's that's a DICOM file or whatever. You're putting all of these into one place. It's easily able to talk to everything. But here's what's really exciting about it, is that you now have 24/7 access to these images, right? So you're at home, you get a call from a patient, you can log in totally HIPAA compliant and look at these different images and so you can make your diagnosis, walk through what you need to walk through for your patient, and make a diagnosis and handle everything over the phone. I can't do that right now. I don't have this software yet. I can't even log in remotely to access these images. When I have a patient that calls and I know they have a problem, I have to try to remember, was it this tooth, was it that tooth? So this is solving that problem. The other nice thing, Howard, is when I need to then share that image with a periodontist, with an oral surgeon or whomever, is we know if you're sending these files via Gmail, that's really not HIPAA compliant. So I can give encrypted passwords, encrypted access, I should say, to the different dental specialists I work with so that they can then access and view these images themselves. Again, all being done in a HIPAA compliant fashion.
Sounds like the era of Buck Rogers in the 21st century is here as we get more adept at using these new technologies. Sounds great.
Yeah, and I'll tell you, one of the really important things is not only that these things are HIPAA compliant, but that they're easy to use. And we want to minimize the number of clicks that we need to go from one platform to look at images to go to another platform. We need a hub. We need everything to just come together in one place. So I haven't seen a lot of hubs that do that really well. They'll do it for one manufacturer really well, but how well do they play with other technologies, other software that was made by other manufacturers? That's the question. So I'm very excited. XVWeb is promising a real open architecture solution.
Looks good.
Perfect.
All right. How come we're getting feedback on your end?
Did you see that?
My voice.
Oh, you know what happens sometimes? Because there can be lag and there can be feedback and stuff,
okay.
and it's actually it's coming in from our internet connection, but YouTube is capturing it all correctly.
Oh, it is. Okay, that's fine. Right
yeah,
now
it should be
like a bad Japanese dubbed film.
Yeah, it happened on your end too at one point,
yeah.
But it is actually capturing it fine.
All right, we're good. So I think
we did it.
Right?
Awesome. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
My pleasure. And I will let me know if there's anything. Now, what's happening with Chicago? Are we doing some video shoots? I'm doing one, I know, for Tokiyama.
Perfect.
All right.
Yeah, they're putting those together
set that
up. You know what? We have our sales call tomorrow, so I'll remind Craig and Chris and all them to say, hey, if you're booking Howard for videos, please let them know so we can clear the time.
Yeah, because I'm only there Thursday and Friday till about 11:30.
Thursday, all day Thursday, Friday.
Thursday and Friday till 11:30, and I think the Tokiyama one is about 11:30 on Thursday. I know I brought that one to them, so they should be keeping score of that too.
Awesome. Awesome.
We're good.
Good deal. But hey, have a great vacation.
Thank you. I appreciate it. If you need me, I'll still respond to email probably. So
sounds good. All right. Take care.
Take care. Have a good evening.
Good. Bye-bye.
Bye.